José, on balance, are you disappointed by the first half, or are you encouraged by the second half performance?
Both. I think in the first half we deserve to be losing, and in the second half we don't deserve to be losing. The first half was their half, and they got what they deserve. In the second half, we were the best team. We didn't get what we deserve. So clearly, disappointed with the first half. Disappointed with some really poor individual performances that affect the global performance of the team. And in the second half, very pleased with many things. Disappointed with the result. And disappointed with two very important decisions from Mark that were against us.
José, could you elaborate on those two decisions? I know you've said on television you thought there should be penalties, but could you just isolate the incidents and say why you thought they were penalties?
Because I know the rules of the game. And you, as a top journalist in the country, I think you also know the rules of the game. So you just want me to tell what you know that is true. You want in my words, but I think has more credibility if the words are coming from you than from me, because from me are the words coming from the manager that lost the game. Has more credibility if it comes from you, and is obvious that is a penalty and a red card to Bravo. If he's outside the box, is a direct free kick and a red card. Inside the box is more difficult. Is more difficult because it's a big decision, and sometimes referees are like us. They are human, and they think twice before big decisions. Sometimes they don't think twice, and it's a penalty and a red card with a big possibility of 2-2 with a long time to go. So in here we would be speaking about a completely different story. And the second penalty is Otamendi handball, which I believe that some of you will say that's not a penalty. I say 100%, because Otamendi tries to stop the cross in the face of the goal, but the cross comes behind him. He knows, and he brings the second arm back. The first arm is the one that is close to his body. The second arm is the one that he moves behind. Clear penalty. So we were punished by that. But we were also punished by our very bad first half. And that's football. And mistakes from the referee are football too.
José, you mentioned that you were disappointed in the first half. From a coach's perspective, what were you disappointed with from your team?
Look, I made a couple of decisions that I thought the individual qualities of certain players would give me what I know that I want, and I didn't get it. At the same time, because we were losing the ball so easily under the pressing they were making, we were never able to bring the defensive line up. So we stay with the defensive line in our half.
You attempted to change it because you looked at one stage.
Look, I didn't change after 20 minutes because I don't want to destroy the players. I didn't want to make 3 changes at half time because I was afraid in long 45 minutes somebody to happen. But if it was a sport with free number of changes, and where the changes during the first half is something normal, like basketball and ball, this kind of stuff, I would do after 20 minutes. But I did at half time. We changed the direction of the game, but we didn't get the compensation I think we deserve in the second half.
Those changes at half time, obviously Mkhitaryan and Lingard coming off, Rashford, Herrera coming on. Do you then look at yourself and feel that you got that wrong now with hindsight, using those two at the start?
It was not just about them. Other players were not also playing really well. And obviously, it's always my decision. I don't like to go in the direction the players and single out players, and you know, let's say our team didn't play well in the first half, and the responsibility is my responsibility and point.
Jose, you said in the build-up, and Pep did, that it was about the players. Actually, in hindsight, was the game about the managers, the way Pep set up, the way you reacted to it, the way he tried to counter your changes? Was that the story of the game in a way?
I don't think so. I think the thing that they did in previous matches of bringing the fullbacks inside for the building up, they didn't. They didn't. They respect our capacity to attack through the wings. I think they thought about Valencia, they thought about Luke Shaw, they thought about our wingers. They didn't do that. They brought Stones into that space a few times, so we didn't have a tactical problem. We had problems with poor performances. We lost the ball very, very easy. Even our defenders, our central defenders, that were really top class until today. Today they lost easy balls, bad passes, first station passes from Bailly to Fellaini, from Blind to Pogba. We lost the ball in this kind of positions. So it was not Mickey and Jesse. It was much more than Mickey and Jesse. As I was telling, I can, but I did before, but it's a big risk to change 3 players immediately. So we did what the gesture of the game, the way we thought was possible. And then in the end, we gambled with everything, and we play man-to-man in the back and man-to-man with players that were Valencia in South America until yesterday, Eric Bailly in Africa, Dele Blind, 2 matches with Holland, to leave them in a 1-against-1 situation in the last part of the game is obviously a big risk, but I think we had to try everything to try to change the result. I think we did enough for that, and obviously it's hard to say, but the reality is that penalty, red card with 25 minutes to go, 30 minutes, I don't know. In this moment we are speaking about a complete different match. So we were punished by our bad first half, my responsibility. We were punished by Mark with his bad decisions in the second half, but that's football.
Okay, last 2 questions, Willem and Simon.
The attitude of the players changed in the second half. They were more intense, more aggressive. Was it down to whatever you said at half time?
No, because what I said at half time, I told them in the last 3 days, instead of 10 minutes, much more. So every time we were preparing the game, every time we were analyzing and trying to reduce the unpredictability of the game, we spoke about these situations. What I told them at half time was that for some of you it looks like you are trying to do what I told you not to do. And was this? I told 20 times to Bailly, never play a first station ball. Never play, because this is where they want to press. Never do that. He did 20 times during the game. So I think really some of the boys, they felt the dimension of the game. I think they felt the dimension of the game. Everything around the game, the derby, the big game, Man United, Man City, the focus, the attention. I felt that some of the guys, they felt it. But it has nothing to do with inexperience or with age, because you have the kids then in the second half, and the kid looks like he was playing in the under-18s against Salford City. So it's about the individual, and every individual react to the dimension of the occasion in different ways. So it's difficult to predict. Only gets easier when you know the players very, very well. When you work with them 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you see how they react in some circumstances. You try to get them, and you try to get a better feeling. So probably in the next, I don't say Man United, Man City, because it's only in a few months, but maybe in the next big game in the Premier League, probably I know who can accept well the dimension of the game, which is very important.
Jose, you said if it had not been for the fact that you could have killed the players, that you would have made changes after 20 minutes, so you obviously knew it was going wrong. As a manager, you just stood there thinking, please don't let this game go out of our hands then?
No, I was waiting for the game to finish 1-0 at half-time. That's what I was waiting for.
Were you hoping for it? Or
Hoping for, because we were not in control and the team was not improving, and it's difficult to improve only by words on the touchline. You can give a little tips, but not so easy. So in the first half, we were doing many things wrong, and I knew it, that in the halftime could change things. I knew that at halftime I could bring a different direction to the game. I knew that, and in fact I told the players, we are losing 2-1. I think we can win this game. We can perfectly win this game. So I knew that the halftime could have an impact. At certain impact, that 10 minutes after, Guardiola was playing Fernando. That's the dimension of the impact. Take one attacking player and play Fernando as a defense midfield player. That was immediately the click of also they were feeling what was going on, and what was going on normally would end with a different result. We miss a few chances, and Mark missed 2 big decisions.